Okay, so we are on page 612 in your book, saving the same amount. We're going to do problem 3 together. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to read this little paragraph here. So I'll give you a few seconds to read the top by yourself. So you may not have already done problem 2. So you may not really know a little bit about what this is already talking about, but I will go over it. So we have Eric, and he has $25 in his savings account, and he's going to save the same amount as Jimmy, which we don't know yet, but it's $25 per week. So for Eric, we need to write an equation that represents the total money in his savings account. So we know that he's going to be saving, we're going to have y equals, we know that he's going to be saving $25 per week. And that's our thing that's going to change. So that's why we picked it as our slope, because it could be after 1 week or it could be after 10 weeks. And then his original amount that he already had in his savings was 25. So we're going to add 25 to that. So that's going to be his equation. And then in number 2 it says to write a linear system. So when we write a linear systems, we do a little thing like this, and then they want you to write Eric's equation, which we just did. And then we also have Jimmy's equation, which you might not know, so I'm just going to give that one to you. It would be y equals 25x plus 64. You can then go ahead and put a nice little x through this. We're not going to worry about it. And when it comes to the graph on this one, we're just going to do it very briefly. We're just going to make a sketch, so it's not going to be exact. We're not going to label our axis. But we're going to have Eric. So if you look back up at your equations, this one's Eric, and this one is Jimmy. And we know that Eric has a y-intercept of 25, and that Jimmy has a y-intercept of 64. So when we graph them, we know that their slope is going to be the same, and hopefully by now you know that slope, I forgot my x up here, slope has, if their slope's the same, they're going to be parallel, and we'll just have one of them starting a little bit higher than the other because their y-intercepts are different. So after we've done a light sketch of those, go ahead and flip to the next page. So number 4 says, what does the slope of each graph represent in this problem situation? Well, it represents the amount of money that each person saves each week. So go ahead and write that down, pause the video if you need to. And then number 5 says, what is the same for both Eric and Jimmy? Well, their slope is the same. It's 25 for both of them, so go ahead and write the slope. Number 6 says, what is different? The y-intercept would be what's different because it's the amount that each boy already has in his savings account. So Jimmy already had 64, and Eric had 25, so go ahead and write the y-intercept. Number 7 says, what is the point of intersection for this system of equations? And it says, explain your reason in terms of the graph. So hopefully you know this, but do parallel lines ever intersect? No, because that exact thing, they're the same distance from each other. So go ahead, and I'm going to let you write number 7 on your own. So no, there's no point of intersection because they're parallel lines and they're never going to intersect. And after you write that, I need you to do 8, 9, and 10 on your own. So you're going to be expected to show those tomorrow in class. So circle 8, 9, and 10. And then on this last page here, number 11 says, describe the graphs in a system of linear equation that has one solution. So if you'll remember, one solution is going to be something that looks like this. So looks like an X, and there's one point where those are going to intersect. So when it has one solution, they intersect at one point. So 2 lines. So go ahead and represent this with a graph and with words. Number 12 says, describe the graph in a system of linear equations that has no solution. So that's like the one we just did. It's two parallel lines. And then you can go ahead and put an X through number 13. We're going to skip that one.